Betty Sims, a dietitian with Baptist Health Lexington, has been nice enough to invite us into her kitchen and maybe give us a little lesson. Hey, Betty.
Hi, how are you today?
So what do you got all here?
Okay, what we're going to do today is we're going to make a kale salad with roasted butternut squash, cranberries, and pistachios, all which is a very healthy food choices. In Kentucky, we tend to cook very seasonally. So when you look at butternut squash and you look at kale, they are very seasonal vegetables. Kale, you can buy fresh in the grocery store or at your local farmer's market. And a kale leaf comes like this. And so when we get ready to prepare it for our salad, what we want to do is we want to take the kale leaf and we want to break out this tough skin here.
Now, kale is what they call a superfood, too?
It is a superfood. When you think about your fruits and your vegetables, look at things that have really deep, dark colors, because those are foods that tend to have a high vitamin and mineral content, and they're also very high in antioxidants. And antioxidants are very beneficial against cancer, heart disease, and many other diseases. So what we want to do is we want to take the kale leaf, and then I've already done this ahead of time, but we would take this kale leaf and we would want to wash it really, really good with cold water and let it drain. And then I take a knife and I chop it up into small pieces as it is here. And one of the things I like to do after I wash my kale and I've chopped it up, I like to take it and wrap it in a paper towel real tightly and then put it in a plastic bag and put it in the refrigerator for like 2 to 3 hours. And that helps the lettuce to really crisp up. And so it makes a really crisp, very nice salad.
And you mentioned washing it. That's a safety thing, isn't
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
You want to make sure that anything that you buy fresh in the grocery store, that you wash it really, really good. And even at your local farmer's market. That's very, very important. Because take, for example, like if you buy apples. Well, you've got to think where that apple was grown, how it was packed, how it was distributed, how it gets to the grocery store, how many people pick that apple up and look at it. A lot of hands have touched it from the time that it was taken off of the tree. So you want to make sure that you wash your fruits and vegetables very, very good. That's a huge part of food safety.
Now this looks okay, but it's just kind of plain, so you're going to dress that up for me.
Oh, yeah. We're going to make this very healthy. Then what I did also is the butternut squash. And the butternut squash is an excellent seasonal vegetable. This, again, is more prevalent in your fall and your winter seasoning. It's very low in calories. It's high in vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. Both the kale and the butternut squash are very high in fiber content. And fiber in our diet, we need to have 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day. So this is another great way in which to add fiber to our diet. So what I did was I peeled the butternut squash. I took the seeds out, and then these seeds can be roasted separately, sprinkled with just a tad of salt, and roasted in the oven. And they're very high in protein and also another good source of fiber in our diet. So we want to try to use every part of the fruit and vegetable that we consume.
Okay.
So that is good to do with the seeds. So I scooped the seeds out, and then I sliced it down lengthways, and then I sliced it crossways. And then I roasted it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes until I could pierce it with a fork.
That's what you got
And
here.
this is the end result here that I have. So the first thing that I want to do is, kale can sometimes be a little bit bitter, so we want to take a little bit of salt and just lightly sprinkle over it. And this just helps to improve the taste a little bit. I don't use too much salt. A little bit of salt used in cooking is fine, because what a person will actually get in their portion size is going to be a very small amount. So it's always better to add it in cooking rather than add extra at the table.
Okay.
So then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one is a blood orange olive oil. And I love using the olive oils and the balsamic vinegars as my dressings for the salads. And so I'm just going to take it and just lightly put a little bit on there. And then I'm going to take my fingers and just gently massage. the kale. And what this does is it really brings out the fragrance of the kale, and it helps to soften it, and it gives it a really nice green color.
Now we're going to have to add some other things here.
Yes.
To get this done and
Okay,
keep
so
it healthy.
then I'll add the butternut squash,
Good.
and I'll add the cranberries and pistachios. And then I'm just going to drizzle a little bit more of the olive oil on there. And olive oil is much, much better to use than some of your commercial dressings that may be high in fat and are very, very creamy. They're also can be high in sodium as well as calories. And what I'm going to do is just toss this lightly. And what I'm using today is crumbled feta cheese, and I'm just going to sprinkle that on. And this makes a great salad that you can serve with your family. You can take it as a dish, or put some salmon or baked chicken or shrimp on the side, and it makes a complete meal.
Looks great. Healthy cooking for the holidays. Thank you.